Hi everyone, welcome to Live Chat Tuesday number 36 with my guest Miss Connie of Just Another Stitch.
Hello everyone.
For those that are watching on replay, please leave me a comment and feel free to answer the questions we ask in the comment section. And at 12:02, Huga Homestead said, "Hi Crystal, hope you're having a good day." Well, hopefully they'll be back. Her name's CB.
I always wondered what her name was.
Yeah. And I finished my shawl, but I'm not going to show it until Thursday. But you've already seen it, Connie. You got a sneak peek.
Have you blocked the shawl yet?
That was the picture I sent you as it was laying on the towels blocked.
It looked like it had been blocked, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah. We have Miriam here. Hi, Miriam. She says, "Hi, Crystal. Hi, Connie."
Hi, Miriam.
Welcome in.
Yeah, just so y'all know, I'm cold. So if y'all see me shivering, that's why.
Yeah, it has been cold here the last 2 nights. It was in the high 20s. And our garden, even though we prepped for it to kind of shield it, it didn't work. Too much wind. We had raked up a whole bunch of leaves and dead grass and stuff like that, tried to cover it. All the wind kind of blew all the leaves off, so it just kind of exposed them. And so, yeah, our garden, certain things completely died, so we're kind of sad. Let's see. Miriam says, "Hi, ladies. I hope y'all are okay. Love the snowy background, Connie."
Thank you.
It feels Nathan like is here. Hi, Nathan. Yeah.
Hi, Nathan.
We also have Bronwyn. Hi, Bronwyn. I hadn't seen you in a while. How you doing?
I was thinking the same thing. It's been a while since I've seen Bronwyn.
Yeah. I hope you're doing good. I just heard a dog. It sounded like it was in our yard. Around here, we have problems with people keeping their dogs where they're supposed to be, coming in our yard. One neighbor's dog will run through our garden, and that's not, we tell them, "Hey, would you mind keeping your dog in your yard?" And they don't listen, so. We have Outdoors with Big Mac, Coupon Gale, Brenda Morgan coming in. Hi, everyone. Melanie, hello. She says, "Happy New Year, Crystal and Connie." Miriam says, "I need painting like that, maybe a needlework project." I think she means your background.
You know, another fun project, diamond painting. And diamond paintings have like beautiful scenery and stuff. I mean, you can get pretty much almost any type of picture with diamond painting.
I bought one for my mom for Christmas and gave it to her. And it was a tiger's head, and it was different colors, like it was fading into different colors. It was very pretty. It was so pretty, it almost made me want to start diamond painting.
It's fun.
I like cats.
My first one was cats that I did.
Aw. Bronwyn says, "I'm good. I have just been super busy at work. I'm usually at work during your lives." Oh, okay.
Yep. Because sometimes you'll see people around like your channel a lot or your lives, and all of a sudden you stop seeing them for a while, and you're like, "Where have they been?" I mean, I know people get busy and stuff, but you just but you notice it. You really do.
Yeah. Well, it is good to see you, Bronwyn. And I'm glad you're doing good.
And it is always nice to see y'all when y'all come back around.
It is. It is. It's like you don't see them comment for a while, and then all of a sudden they pop up, and it's like, oh, hey. Miriam says, I would have those little suckers all over the floor. Gotta be yarn or string. Yeah, they actually have little trays for the diamond paintings. I almost got my mom one, and it was in like a foam type thing that the trays sit in. So, and I think the foam thing would stick to wherever you set it. So I didn't get that. I think maybe for her birthday or something I'll get that. Miriam also says, I disappear when I'm having life issues, but y'all are always in my heart. Oh, that's so sweet. And we have Christina Ritter. She says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning.
And Nathan asked, how is everyone doing today? Well, I'm doing pretty good. How about you, Connie?
I'm doing good. Did some filming of videos earlier, and then after this live, I'll work on editing and uploading them, and then I'll work on my temperature blanket and work on my knitted shawl.
Yeah, I've actually started another knitted shawl.
Awesome.
But it's not lace weight. It's not lace weight. I'm using a 4-weight yarn, which is Premier Eversoft.
Ooh,
and
pretty.
it's in the color Rose. Now this kind of fits perfect with the pattern I'm doing. And there we have Gail Southern Living. Hi, Gail, which is also Coupon Gail. She's playing with her new GoPro today. Awesome. I hope you figure it out. Okay, so it's another expression fiber art pattern. It's by a different designer this time. I think the shawl that I just finished, I can't remember how you pronounce the name of it, the Polyphia something, I don't know, I can't remember it. But this one's called Pink Rain. And the printer kind of messed up, so I'm gonna have to try to show you the other pictures, but it's still, you know what, I might have to share the screen and show y'all, but this one, it's the designer's name is Ghazal Mohammed, and the other pattern was Janica York or Carter or something like that.
Do you have a picture of it?
Yeah, and this is what I'm talking about. It came out too dark when I printed it because the black was running out. But I do have, let me see if y'all can see this other picture. Probably not. Let me try to share the screen. Yeah, it does have a little bit of like lace knitting section at the bottom. So it's very, very pretty. Let me get this pulled up. Now it is, but if you sign up to her mailing list where you receive emails, it's up, you get free patterns from her. The screen, come on, there it goes.
Yeah, and Shondi was how I learned how to knit. Ooh, that's pretty.
Now let's see. There.
Ooh.
Now this it has a edge. Now I'm still, whoa, it just changed on me. Well, anyway, y'all can kind of see. I think
That's beautiful.
the screen froze. Whoa. Okay, now it's just scrolling through the pictures, but it does have a lace type edging. Anyway, it's called Pink Rain, and I am using a pink yarn to fit the name. But okay, I'm back. Good.
But yeah, Shondi was how I
and I
learned how to
started
knit.
it yesterday. Yeah.
Ooh.
She had the tutorial. Hey, Chris, welcome in. Hi, Mary. She had the tutorial for the board, and I had to watch that. Thank you, Chris. Now, I started this yesterday afternoon, and that's how far I've gotten. And I did mess up on the edging a little bit, but I finally got it down.
Oh, that's pretty.
Y'all can kind of see right here. It didn't. It's supposed to do like this on the edge, and down here I was doing something wrong. I think I was yarning over in the wrong direction. Because it's a very simple pattern at the beginning. Technically, you do certain things the first couple of stitches, and then you just knit to the last 5, do that specific thing, and then do the 4 stitches at the border. And then on the purl side, which is this side, you technically do 4 knit stitches, and then you yarn over and then purl across until you repeat those 2 rows until you get 265 stitches, I think, and then you start the lace section. So I'm kind of excited.
That's
bigger
beautiful.
yarn. It seems like it's going a lot quicker.
Yeah, number 4 weighted is a lot quicker to make a shawl with.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna scroll up and see. Okay.
But I know, like, whenever I was doing Shondi's tutorials from Expression Fibers to learn to knit, I felt like her little videos, like the intro to her videos, they were funny.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Gail. I just saw your comment that says about my hair. Thank you. I had to do something with it. It was a mess. Jason? Chastain. Are you the one from Texas? I know him. And he asked, how long does it take to complete a project like that, Crystal? I started it November 11th. How are you doing, Jason? I'm glad you came to one of my lives. He used to live here in Texas, and I was wondering if that was you. Hi. How's your baby?
You know him?
Yeah. He actually grew up in the town next to me. We have been friends for a long time. So that is so cool that you came to my live. Thank you. Hi, Patricia. Welcome in. Well, anyway, to answer your question, Jason, I started it November 11th and I finished it yesterday. So it took me almost 2 months to knit the original shawl that I was working on. Now, this one, I have no idea. I'm hoping it won't take 2 months. But if you watch my Thursday video, you'll be able to see the shawl that took me 2 months to make, almost.
Yeah, that was one thing. Like, most of the shawls I've knitted have been with number 4 weighted yarn. And I was used to how long those take me. And with the shawl I'm working on now with the number one weighted yarn, it's like it
Mhm.
feels like it's taking forever because
Yeah.
your stitches are so much smaller and it just takes
I think
longer.
it took me 20 minutes to knit just one way, and then another 20 minutes to purl. So I can imagine how long it takes.
I find it takes me longer to do a row of pearls than a row of knits.
It does. See, and I have to, like, the way I knit, I have to hold my yarn like this and yarn over and then purl. I mean, not purl, but knit. But I am getting a little faster at it. See, and then, but yeah, so.
But I know when I was working
I
on my
purl slower too.
2020 temperature blanket, I timed myself to see how long it took me to do a row, a row of the knit and a row of the pearls. And I think it took me like 10 to 20 minutes more to do the row of pearls.
Well, I timed myself on what I think it was the very last couple of rows, because I was just curious how long it was going to take me to do at least one row, and it was 293 stitches long. It took me 22 minutes to just do one row forward. So yeah. Coupon Gail says, as soon as I get my hooks from Nisi, I will start learning. Going to make videos on my journey with learning on Gail's Southern Living.
Awesome.
Miriam says, I still have, still having a starting contest with the lace weight cake. LJ Crochet is here. Welcome in. Listening while cooking tea. Melanie says, that is great time on your shawl. I'm still practicing on my knitting. We also have Bears Crochet Critters, which is Brenda. She says, hey there, Crystal, Connie, and chat. And Gail is writing some coupon letters today.
Nice. I remember whenever I used to write the manufacturers. I used to get some awesome stuff too.
Yeah. Melanie says, I use my left hand. I'm not a thrower. Yeah. Since I'm a crocheter and use my left hand for tension, I can't hold the yarn like you can see people do on tutorials, how they have it interwoven in their hand. I can't knit like that, but I can crochet that way. It's very hard for me. And I've tried to wrap it on the right hand and on the left hand. I can't do it. But it works the way I do it, just kind of grabbing the yarn and wrapping it over, or grabbing it and purling it. So,
and I always say, don't get so caught up on how you're holding it.
Yeah.
I find if you can get the stitches to come out looking right, that's what matters. And do what works for you with how you hold your yarn and all, and your needle or hooks. I mean, some people may disagree.
I just wanted to welcome in Amanda.
Hey, Amanda.
Go ahead.
I was like, some people may disagree with me on that, but I mean, to me, it's like if you can make the project, that's what matters.
True. We also have Ivy B Creates. Hi, Ivy. Welcome in.
Hey, Ivy.
Oh, Miriam says a staring contest. She means with the lace weight yarn. Let's see. My chat just completely blanked out. Okay, there we go. Miriam says, I think like with crochet, your approach will develop over time. You'll find your sweet spot. Yeah, I got in a groove last night when I was knitting, and it seemed to go so quick since there's no yarning over or any decreases, increases, nothing. I mean, there is an increase at the beginning and the end of a row, which I had to figure out how to do that. It's like you have a little string where you yarned over on the purl side, and on that string you actually have to knit one, yarn over, and then knit one all in that same stitch. And I think I was doing that wrong, or purling, yarning over on the purl side wrong. So I had to research how to yarn over from a purl to a knit, because on the purl side, the very last stitch is a purl, then you yarn over, then you do a knit stitch. I was yarning over the wrong way, and that's what made it mess up in the beginning, but I figured it out, thank God.
And that's one thing, like when you have to do all those stitches in one stitch, ooh, it gets so tight.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's hard to do. And I remember there was one stitch, I can't remember the name of the stitch. And that was a hard stitch to do because you didn't, you had to do all this stuff, and it's like you're trying to like get the yarn to do what you want, because I guess you kind of really need more of a looser tension for that stitch. But it's like you only have so much leeway with that yarn, and you're like, okay, come on.
We have Teensy, and Teensy says, hi all, been out of pocket, still not up to par, had the virus last week, and she's getting over it, and she's gonna lurk. I hope y'all all keep her in your prayers that she is getting better. And then Amanda also says, could y'all please pray for my oldest son? He tested positive for the virus yesterday. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I hope all of y'all are gonna feel better soon.
And I hope y'all fight it and get over it. LJ, what is her name? I forget.
Lauren,
okay. KT can mostly cook itself now, so I can chat for a bit. And Melanie wants to know how long you've been knitting, Connie.
About 2.5 years. It might be a little over 2.5 now. I learned it was a May whenever I had learned. So
I think I've only been knitting since like September of 2020, but I've been crocheting since around August or September of 2019. So I've been crocheting longer, but
see, that's whenever I learned how to crochet. September 2020 is when I learned how to crochet.
That's too funny. And I started learning to knit. Let's see. Miriam says, yarn is like a cat. It won't do anything if it doesn't want to do it. Hi, Anita. Welcome in.
Or like another thing that can be tight too to knit, when you do scrunchies. Well, it depends on the method. There's 2 different ways. But I tend to like it better, like when I do a solid color, if I knit it, like if I cast it on using the headband, the hairband. But it's like it hurts your fingers.
I've never thought about crocheting. I mean, knitting a scrunchie. I've crocheted one, but I've never thought of knitting one. I can't even imagine knitting amigurumi. That to me seems like more of like a crochet thing, since I've I've done it crochet so much.
And I'm the opposite. I've knitted scrunchies, but I haven't crocheted them yet.
Kay's Crochet Haven is here. Hi, Kay and Stephanie are welcome in.
Hello, everyone.
And Lauren says, yes, I'm Lauren. Not offended if you forget, though. There are a lot of YouTubers to remember, and I'm rubbish. No, you're not rubbish. Don't say that. Nobody's rubbish.
But I mean, it can be hard to remember names because, especially like those that don't have their actual name, you know, username, and it's like, you do have a lot of names to remember, and it's like you do the best you can, but sometimes we don't always remember y'all names, and it takes us a little while to get it down.
I wrote it down, so hopefully I'll remember it. I like to at least remember the people that come in, so. And Melanie says, oh, come on. That's great. You are both talented. September, Connie, wow. Miriam says, my mother-in-law just got over breast cancer, and she now has the virus, and so does the father-in-law. Oh, no.
Too many people are getting it.
That's why I'm still staying my butt home.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that the new variant, the O variant, because I'm going to refrain from saying its name or the actual virus name, that it was going to start peaking again in January and February. So I'm staying home. I do have to go out tomorrow, though, and mail off some hooks. Now, the two winners that just won from your live, I haven't made yet, but the ones that won from my Christmas Eve live and I Go Crochet, the grand prize winner, which was Granny D, those all have to go out, and one actually has to go to the UK, which that was a misunderstanding on my part and the person that won, but it's okay. Hopefully it's not too much, but we will see.
See, and I have heard when it comes to like the new variant that like more people will probably get it, but it's less likely that people will be hospitalized and all from it. And over time, you're going to get new variants that will pop out, and it kind of will be more widespread, but like you're not going to get as sick. At least that's what I've heard.
Brenda says, I'm a thrower too. I can knit continental, but don't, because when I crochet a lot too, my left index finger gets sore from holding the yarn. Throwing with my right gives my left finger a break.
I'm sorry, y'all. I keep sneezing.
Well, bless you.
Thank you.
I sneezed yesterday. It was so funny. Tom was out with me at the garden, and he's sitting there smelling in the air, kind of. And then I sneezed, and I scared him. He like turned around and ran. It's like he got freaked out when I sneezed, and I didn't mean to scare him, but it was so funny. And his hair was all standing up on the back of his back, and his tail was like, it was so funny. I wish I could have got a picture of it.
But like before I got put on allergy medication, I mean, I would just like sneeze nonstop. It was bad.
Amanda's got to go. She's got to go do some stuff now. So take care, Amanda. Thanks for coming in. Have a good day.
Bye, Amanda.
Gail wants to crochet a scrunchie. And Miriam says, oh, I have 2 little puppy projects people have requested me to do. I talk so darn much. Most people can't forget me, so they can run the other way. Aw. Jason says, thank heavens I'm work from home. That is good, Jason. So how's your son? You never answered. Or I guess, how's your wife too? Lauren says, "Oh, Miriam, my brother-in-law recently had the virus. He was at A&E yesterday with his breathing, but he's home and resting now. That's good." Melanie is replying to Bear's Crochet Critters. I've noticed that my hands hurt a little more when knitting. I have actually noticed that too. Mm-hmm. I think it's because I hold the knitting needles too tight, so I don't drop my stitches off the needles or the needles slip out of my hand and then I drop stitches. I'm very worried about dropping stitches because I've never had to figure out how to get it back up yet. So that is one of my fears, and I know it will happen.
It's not fun trying to fix slip stitches. And like sometimes I can fix them, but then sometimes I can't. It kind of depends on, like, usually if it's garter stitch or a stockinette stitch, I can fix it. But like when you get into lace work, I'm not good at fixing slip stitches.
There was a couple of times where like one had slipped off on the border of the first shawl I was doing. And at least it was only like, you know, I caught it between my fingers and I could see the loop right there. So I kind of just took the needle and scooped it back up and then put it back on my left needle to knit it or something, whatever it was. But I had caught it. And I'm like, oh, thank God.
You try to catch it before it drops down. But with, the longer you knit, you get more experience at stopping them from happening or catching them.
Yeah. See, and my problem is I knit like so far down. I have my stitches at least that far whenever I do them. So they're not up here at the tip where they could slip off. So whenever I'm doing them, it's like about that far from the ends. So I try not to keep my stitches too close to the ends.
I always recommend too, like when you go to put your work down, push that yarn back on those needles. Don't leave it like towards the tip of the needles. Even with end caps, those end caps sometimes pops off. And then those stitches will just come off.
Miriam says, I'm in the hospital and they limit who comes in. I try not to even say it at all, kind of the C word, the original one. Yeah. Coupon Gail says, do you guys do channel stickers in crochet or knit community? I know some have, but I don't have stickers yet. Actually, I take that back. In my what is it? Teespring store. I think I did select a sticker. So, but I don't have any right now.
See, I'm wondering if she's referring to the emojis. Like, how like certain channels will have like the emoji, like special emojis.
No, I think she's meaning literal stickers. Because she sent me one from her channel. It's a sticker about this big with her channel picture there that she has for her channel.
See, at first I was thinking channel emojis.
Yeah. Miriam says, I have to have a bone biopsy. Prayers appreciated. We'll be praying for everyone that mentions having the virus and being in the
Yeah.
hospital. And Coupon Gail says, my best friend just died from it. She got pneumonia with it. Her memorial is on Saturday. I am so sorry to hear
Yeah.
that. And I remember seeing your post on that, which is scary. Of our neighbors had a form of pneumonia. So I'm kind of worried about him. And he actually just got over treatment for lung cancer, which that went into remission, but he ended up with a form of pneumonia. It's like a cousin to pneumonia. And CB is back. Hey, CB. Marion says, bless you, Connie. If I sneeze, I'll have a heart attack. Gail says, prayers for Miriam. Joe's here. Hey, Joe, welcome in.
Hey, Joe.
All Handmade Connie is here. Hi, welcome in. She says, well, I can't stay, just wanted to stop by and show some love and at them. Well, thank you so much.
Hi, Connie. Another Connie.
Kathleen is here. She says, oh, Vicky is here. Hi, Vicky. Let me get back up. All these comments just kind of popped up. Okay, there we go. Miriam says, I thought my doctor, the country bedside manner way. Oh, taught my doctor the country bedside manner. Crochet Critters is replying to Melanie. I have the opposite issue. My hands hurt more with crochet, but knitting is less of an issue. I'm trying to crochet again with larger hooks in hopes that it will be less of a pain. I find, like, for me, using smaller yarn to crochet with hurts my hands because I'm trying to hold the tension, but knitting did not, because I don't hold it normal.
I'm the opposite. The lightweighted yarn. Ooh, like whenever I knitted my first pair of socks, I got all sorts of hand cramps.
I did too. Trying to work with those 9-inch circulars. Oh my goodness.
I was doing hand exercises to try to get the cramps to go away.
CB says, I had a sneezing fit while trying to answer the phone earlier. Well, it's belated, but bless you. Melanie says, I have to go let my grandson play on my tablet. Love to y'all. Well, thanks for coming in, Melanie. I hope you have a great day.
Have a good day.
He's good, obsessed with dinosaurs, son not wife, and he's turning 4 next month. Time flies. Wow, he's 4 years old already. It has been a while. Let's see. That's where Vicky Rains came in. Welcome in. I think I've already welcomed you. And Nana Kathleen says, listening, Chris Connie, as I eat lunch. And Lauren says, I find crochet more comfortable than knitting. I wonder if it's because you also hold a knitting needle in your non-dominant hand.
See, that is the opposite.
Interesting.
With me, I find I'm more comfortable knitting than crocheting.
I kind of find that I'm getting more comfortable with knitting. Used to, when I first started knitting, I was using the real long knitting needles, and I had to hold it in between my legs because I could not hold the knitting needles with my hands. So I would wedge it in between my two ankles and hold the one knitting needle straight up and knit it.
I don't like the big long knitting needles.
I don't either.
I mostly use the circulars.
Mommy just made her very first chapstick.
And this one too.
Ooh. Ooh. What flavors?
Peach and coconut.
What is this one?
That one's peach. This one's coconut. But you can barely spell it. I didn't know how much to put in for my first try, so I didn't put a lot of the flavoring. Yeah.
Huh.
I'll put this one coconut for Mama.
Okay. Let's see. Miriam says, thank goodness my kids all have their own iPads now. They don't steal mine anymore. But my son did take the new one my husband got me for my birthday last year and traded for his old one.
One other thing. The repairman is on his way, so if you see it pull in, it's him.
For what? Your camper?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the leak.
Oh, hold on, guys. My computer just gave me a blue screen saying activate Windows. Okay. It blanks everything out, and I can't find, I have Windows 8.1, and I can't find a code to activate it to buy online. So I have that problem. Yeah, I couldn't find one for my version. Melanie says she can stay a few longer. Okay, well, yay. I'm just trying to. We have Eddie B here. Hello from Beverly Hills, California. And
Hello.
let's see. Lauren says, Bear's Crochet, which hooks do you use? Ergonomic or wooden might be softer on your hands rather than bigger, unless you're thinking in terms of a chunkier handle, like furls. And she also swears by Clover Amour hooks, no pain with those.
I've heard a lot of people say Clover is the best.
I personally never used Clover or tulips or any of those. I'd like to try a furls though.
See, I would love to try the Clovers.
Miriam says, my shoulders hurt from fractures, so I'm a T-Rex. Little short arms, just elbow down. I found it helps to just use lower part of arms, but no pain. But meds do make me nod off in mid-stitch. Well, I just now saw, Mary, where you said hello to my mom once. If she comes back in, I'll tell her you said hi.
What's Mama up to today?
She's actually in town.
Couponing?
Probably. Or looking for the penny items at Dollar General today because they come out today. Does Teensy Kismet have a channel? I don't believe she does.
No.
And I don't think she's going to start one. But I thought she may at one point. But I don't know. Lauren says, amigurumi kills me. And I will also tell my mom that Kay's Crochet Haven, which is Kaylin. Oh my goodness, it just jumped again. And Miguel's here. Hi, Miguel.
Hey, Miguel.
I actually can, Stephanie, because she just did it. I don't know how she did it, but yeah, she made her own chapstick. Microsoft doesn't have a code. You have to buy an activation code for to activate Windows. And I searched and searched, and I could not find the one for my specific one. But I mean, they do have Windows 11 out now, so I mean, it's a bit behind. Patricia says, I have not knitted but want to learn.
Awesome.
Brenda says, I was inspired by Connie with her tent blanket to try and crochet a small blanket with a 6.5 millimeter and say I'm still a crocheter.
Awesome, Brenda.
And yeah, that is. Miguel says, hi, Connie. I mean, Crystal and Connie and everyone. I'm listening while laying down. I have a bad migraine.
Oh.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I hope all of y'all that aren't feeling well feel better soon.
Yes, I hope so too. I had a couple of days like that recently. Didn't feel very good. Gail says, need to clean my refrigerator out. No. Lauren says, clover are slicker than a wet seal. That's funny. Nana Kathleen says, I like my clover hooks. Let's see. I think I just jumped again. I lost my hook in the bed again, Miriam says. Bronwyn says, I'm a clover girl. I'd love to try furls. The shipping to Canada is too much. Patricia Ramos says, I'm at work on lunch break, working on my daughter's blanket. I'm getting excited because I'm finally starting the last skein. Well, that's awesome. All right. Finally got caught up. Yay. Do you want to go ahead and ask the first question?
Okay. Which I think everyone knows what my answer is going to be on this one. But do you prefer dogs or cats? I think it's obvious. Meow meows. And I know that Crystal's going to say the same thing.
Yep. Now, don't get me wrong. I do like dogs. I do.
Me too.
But I'm more fond of cats. They call to my heart for some reason. So.
And they got their little.
Maybe I was a cat in my past life. Nana Kathleen says, cats all the way.
Team cats. But I'm with Crystal. I like dogs too.
I like all animals. I am an animal person. But
Me too.
I mean, as a pet, to have as a pet, I'd much rather have cats. They're quieter than dogs. They don't yap all the time. Unless they're small dogs that they don't bark loud. Because around here, there's dogs on both sides of us and at the end of the road. And you can hear them all time of night barking all the time.
When I lived in my first apartment, like one of the neighbors down the street had dogs. And like at night, I would hear them barking. And you know, I'm living by myself. And it's like it always like scared me because you didn't know if somebody was up to no good in the neighborhood or something.
Yeah. And the ones around here bark at every little thing. So, I mean, if there was somebody prowling around, you wouldn't even know it because they bark at everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I just read Brenda's comment. She says, kitty cats. I like doggies too, but I've been a cat lover since I was small. And I think that also comes with me too, because my very first pet was a dog. It was a blue heeler. It was too hyper for me, and I was like, I wanted something that would just sit on my lap and snuggle with me. Then I got my first cat. After we had to give the dog back to somebody that we got it from. I don't remember who, but we gave it back, and I got a cat. And I've been a cat lover ever since. I mean, I've always had cats.
We always had cats and dogs growing up.
Mm.
But I don't know. I'm partial to cats. I don't know. Cats do some
too.
hilarious things. Their little antics.
Yep. Kaylin says cats. Bronwyn says 100% crazy cat lady, but I do like dogs. Coupon Gill is a cat lady. And Mary says dogs all the way. Hooga Homestead, which is CB, says, I like my dogs. They are trained and controlled. I don't particularly like the ones left outside to bark at every blowing leaf. That's what I'm talking about. They bark at everything. Vicky prefers dogs. Nana Kathleen says, I do love Shelby, which I think that's a dog symbol. I think so, yeah. But I love Sherlock more, and I guess that's her cat because that's a cat symbol there. So, Miriam says, I love cats, but dogs, sorry, outdoors, big dogs. German Shepherds, yeah. Miriam says, I love German Shepherds. I have always liked German Shepherd, and my favorite wild dog is wolf. And then my favorite bird is a hawk. So
for me, I always have loved the Siberian Huskies. I think they're just gorgeous dogs.
We actually have one of those that lives across the way, and it's the most friendliest dog that I have ever encountered. It doesn't bother our cats. It was walking around our cats one time, and it didn't bother him. It must live with cats, but it is just beautiful dog, and I think it's a female. And if you go and walk around the circle where we live, it will walk with you, no matter who you are. So it's a friendly dog.
And in our neighborhood, there used to be this three-legged dog that would always come around. Their owners lived on the next street over. I mean, and like that dog, for having a missing leg, that did not slow this dog down. What was his name, Bogey?
We actually.
Sorry.
What was his name?
Bogey.
That's cute. We actually had a neighbor that had a three-legged dog. It originally had four legs, and then it got into an accident. There was a bull, some cows, and a bull had got it, and it lost its left front leg. It got around just fine. I mean, after it got healed and everything, I think his name was Rocky. I think. Anyway, but that's been 10 years ago or so. But that dog got, it's like it almost had 9 lives like a cat would. It got in so many different situations, but it ended up losing a leg, and it got around just fine. It compensated.
Yeah, like Bogey would always chase after Coors, but unfortunately, he finally ended up getting hit by a truck.
Poor thing.
I know. And it's like, I kind of, like, I didn't see, like, when he actually got hit, but I saw enough to be, like, wonder if he had gotten hit. And it's
Yeah.
like, and me and Frank had to go tell its owner that, so what had happened. Poor
That's
dog.
actually happened 2 times around here. People, like, it's supposed to be 30 miles an hour in front of our house, and they will fly. I mean, and there's this one truck that will go in front of the house, and their dogs follow behind it. So it makes the other dogs that do run loose around this neighborhood chase after the truck also, even when the dog is not chasing after the truck. I mean, the one that has its own dogs. Anyway, a dog on our left side and a dog on our right side have both been killed by that truck. So that's 2 in the last, I think, year that have died right almost in front of our house. I try as much as I can to keep my cats away from the road. Tom, he'll follow me out to the mailbox, and I'll have to literally pick him up because he'll lay right at my feet on the road. And I'm like, you need to get back up to the house. CB says, I want a German Shepherd, searching for the right one, also in process of building a fence. Miriam says, I like my son. When he was little, he would go up to anyone and raised his arms up to be picked up and loved and talked to. Aw. Miriam said, that truck needs an attitude adjustment. Yeah, because when Tom was lost back a year ago, before he got fixed, he was missing for 4 days. And I had stopped that person and showed them a picture to see, and he had an attitude. He was like, well, I have a cat like that, but it's not yours. And I'm like, excuse me, well, okay, if you see this cat alive or dead, would you at least come and let me know? Yeah, sure. And I'm like, man, how rude. But his daughter was in there in the truck, and she was all smiles and nice, and he kind of was a little rude. Blackberry Rock Homestead, welcome in.
Hello.
I hope I hadn't missed your comment, but welcome. And they say, we have dogs outside. The up trucks always fly by. Yes, they do. And the FedEx truck will fly by in front of our house, too. Always know when something is outside, unless it's a neighbor who buys treats for our Pitty. I guess they're pit bull.
We used to always be able to tell when the mail passed, because Frank's brother used to live next door, and the dog would start barking excessively at the mailman. But sometimes, you would get fooled because, like, if someone would pass like walking or riding their bike down the street, the dog would bark at that too. But you could usually tell that when it was around the time the mail usually passes, that, oh, that must be the mailman.
Our Pitty is a great dog. Most have had a reputation. It's all how you. That is true. That is very true. Brenda says, as a kid, we had a Rhodesian Ridgeback. I guess that's, I don't really know if you pronounce it that way. She was a wonderful dog and would go everywhere with us. CB says, I take my dogs, they're therapy trained everywhere. Love when the kids want to pet them, gives me the opportunity to teach safety, etc. Ask if I can pet the dog, etc. Miriam goes, classic dog mailman relationship. Hi, Brenda. Welcome in, Brenda Young.
Hey, Brenda.
Now we got two Brendas in here. Bears Crochet Critters and Brenda Young.
But another dog that I started thinking about that we had growing up was we had this dog Cujo. And this dog like really had 9 lives. Because there was one time, my mom was walking home from the store and I was walking to meet up with her. And the dog, Cujo was across the street and got excited seeing my mom, went across the street and got hit by a car. And he lived through it. Then another time he got hit by a car too. I don't remember exactly what happened that time. But yeah, that dog got hit twice by a car and survived.
Wow. Lucky. So I saw Gail call Blackberry Rock Homestead Luann. So is that your name? Blackberry Rock Luann? I'll write that down. Let's see. Miriam says 2 Brendas and 2 Connies.
And Connie's not that common of a name, and it's funny that there's other Connies in the Yarny community.
Yeah.
It's like whenever I was in school, the only other experience I had with someone else named Connie, but her name was actually Constance, but sometimes people called her Connie for short. But yeah, there was one other girl, and that, like, for the longest time, that was the only other Connie I ever knew of.
Miriam says, and I think 2 Gails. Actually, it's the same person, 2 different channels that they have. Gail's Southern Living and Coupon Gail are the same person. And Miriam also says Connie is a gorgeous name.
Thank you.
And yes, Blackberry Rock Homestead is named Luann. Okay. Well, I wrote that down. Hopefully I'll remember that. I will try my best to. Patricia Ramos says, I prefer dogs until my daughter was gifted a cat. Aw. And Miriam also says, Pet Cemetery. I read all those books. Scary. I've watched the movies. I haven't read books yet.
Yeah, I watched the movie. They say the book's better, though.
All books usually are better than the movies because they cut so much stuff out. What the heck was that? Sound like something hit our roof. Could be Tom running around on the roof. He does get up there sometimes.
That makes me remember
little pitter patter of feet running on the roof.
I was living in an apartment at the time, and the landlord had cats. They were, basically, like outdoor cats, and the cats like climbed up, like, I guess, like in the attic area, and my neighbor had a cat fall through her roof. All of a sudden, the cat keeps falling down in her apartment.
Oh my goodness! I bet that scared her. CB says, parents, please teach kids to ask owner before approaching unknown dog. Have owner make the dog sit first so it's calm. My dogs only get petted if they sit calmly. Yeah, you don't want it to attack anyone. Best to be careful. Miriam also says, I need a catalog with channel names, real names, and photos. I'll get it. CB says, one of my dogs worked with me for, no, I just lost the comment, 11 years every day. I worked in occupational therapy. Oh, that's interesting. Luann says, all books are better. Miriam, I have noticed that. I loved the series, The Magicians, and I've gone back and I've read some of the books. I'm only on the second book, but I can see where the differences started from the TV show. Even though they added a few characters and kind of changed stuff, it was still, the books were better. Miriam says, books are better because they put your imagination into play, better than whatever directors come up with. Miriam goes, ooh, through the roof, a cat burglar.
And Marianne was is saying how we had squirrels. I got a squirrel story for y'all too. When I was in the Navy station at Great Lakes, Illinois, I was walking to the galley, which is basically the cafeteria, and I passed right by the garbage can, and a squirrel jumped out of the garbage can on me. I'm like,
Oh my goodness. I bet that freaked you out a little bit.
yeah. So was not expecting that.
Coupon Gale says, Miriam, yes, I have 2 channels. Started Coupon Gale after other channel was going. And Luann says, I need to do that too, Crystal. Can't remember names. I try to remember people's names. It might take me a couple of times. So I've started writing down channel name plus their name under it. And I can remember it better. Or I go back and look at my notes. Coupon Gale says, Little House on the Prairie books are better than the TV show. Jason, I didn't know you were still here. He says the Lord of the Rings movies are almost as good as the books. It's really close. Miriam says we drove up next to a dumpster. Did I miss something? Okay. Lauren says, phew, the horde is fed and watered. Jason says, not getting rid of me that easy, laugh out loud. Well, that's good. Miriam says, to toss out some garbage from the car, and Cat jumped out of the dumpster and ran through the car right across the dashboard and out hubby's window. Scared us to death almost. Oh my goodness, that is crazy. Lauren says, the movies are good, and I've also read the books. The extended movies are even better, but they really do mean extended. I have toured Laura Ingalls Wilder home in Mansfield, Missouri. She was short.
Ooh. Always loved Little House on the Prairie.
The next question, let's see. We're a little over an hour, so I won't go too much longer, but would you rather have a night out on the town or a night in watching movies? And if the virus was not in play, I would probably prefer a night at the movies. But with it in play, night home, watching movies.
For me, it kind of depends on what type of mood I'm in. Because there's
That is
times that,
true.
I do tend to be a homebody a lot, but then there's times I like to get out too. And do things like I love nature type things. So it's not really like I like like a night on like I don't know what I'm trying to say. But not like, like a crazy night or anything like that, out on the town, but like I like nature stuff. I like going to places like Jefferson Island, Avery Island, zoos. I love zoos, animals.
It's been a long time since I've been to a zoo.
For a while, me and Frank were on a zoo kick. It's like we had gone to Audubon Zoo in New Orleans. We went to the Baton Rouge Zoo, and we went to the zoo in Lafayette quite a few times. And it got to the point we got like burnt out on the zoos.
Let's see. Lauren says, I live in Mansfield, but Mansfield, UK. A night in away from people. Miriam says, I loved the Little House books and series. My son is 14 now and addicted to the Little House. He's watched whole series 5 times. He does good impressions of everyone. Aw. Mary says, same here. Connie Bronwyn says, night in usually, but a good movie in the theater is always fun. There have been so many that I wanted to see over the last couple of months that I haven't got to go and see in theaters, but would love to. I'm just going to wait till they come out on DVD and room at Redbox. Have you seen the trailer for that new The Kingsman movie they have coming out? It's like kind of like a prequel to The Kingsman Secret Service. Oh my gosh, I want to see that. And CB wants to see the movie Don't Look Up. I've never heard of that. Miriam says, I prefer home. My chat just hold on. I prefer home always. With hubby and kids, snacks are affordable and can wear PJs, and kids can be as loud as they want. More fun. Who is Frank? That's her husband.
Hold up. Come on, Frank. Someone wants to know who you are. Oh, he's laying down right now. But yeah. Okay. He's also referred to as the Biscuit. He pops in on some of my lives every now and then for like a few seconds. And sometimes he'll pop up in my videos. You just never know when he'll pop up. Oh yeah, and he's in my super chat videos too.
Miriam says, you don't visit my house yet. It's like a zoo. Kids are monkeys. What is this quiet time you all speak of? I don't know. Can y'all hear a dog barking in the background?
No.
It sounds like it's right out this window. I don't even remember mentioning something about quiet time. Do you?
I don't recall.
I don't know.
I do kind of remember something being said.
Hold on a second. No. Well, there's no vehicle here, so I don't know what it's barking at. Vicky says, and not movies. Luann says, night in, but a affordable meal at a restaurant is nice with family. CB also says, my wish would be to see all my YouTube friends together. And my chat just jumped again. Where was I? Okay, together at a big picnic / barbecue. That would be cool.
That would be cool.
Oh, Miriam can hear the dog.
See, I didn't hear him. Well, Miriam, Frank actually has been up, but he's not feeling the greatest today. He has a sore throat, like his throat's been bugging him, so he may be coming down sick.
Mm.
And then too, like he has been doing some deliveries today with waiter, so like sometimes his legs start to bug him too.
We got Jenny, which is Mama G Gear. Hi, welcome in. She goes, hello,
Hey,
all
G.
you lovelies. Miriam says, yeah, not each. Autocorrect, grr. She meant to say, yeah, I hear him. Brenda says, quiet time is when the kids are all gone to bed. Once empty nest sets in, lots of quiet time. Someone in the chat mentioned quiet time. My nest has a crazy 3-year-old chirping away. Come on.
Get him, Crystal, get him.
I got it. Let's see. What was that just ding?
Oh, that's our that it's kind of like an air fryer oven, but it's like this big round type thing with racks. Yeah, just ding that it went off.
Well, I was like, man, that sounds interesting. The little ding just ding. Miriam says, go when they go to bed. Let them be noisy. It's fun. Even though I do get on them a lot when I'm in lives and they start silly fights. Well, do you want to ask one more question before we wrap up?
All right.
Oh, hi, Angela. Welcome in.
Hey, Angela. Okay, I guess I'll go with this one. Do you prefer to plan or wing things? For the most part, I prefer to plan things. But I mean, of course, there are times that I do wing things. How about you, Crystal?
Yeah, same for me. I try to plan, but the only thing I don't plan is what project I'm going to do next. You know, I don't plan what I'm going to crochet, what I'm going to knit. I just look for a pattern until I feel like that jolt, like, ooh, that's the one I want to do. But as far as like videos and stuff, yeah, I try to plan those.
When it comes to what I'm sorry. Were you finished or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Whenever, like, when it comes to like what I'm gonna crochet or knit next, I do for the most part plan it, but it can be subject to change because sometimes I stumble across something else I want to make for more, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this now. But But a lot of times I can kind of be stuck in my ways. Like, I decide I'm gonna do this, and it's like I don't like to always change it. Like, especially if
Mhm.
my like very next project, it's kind of like, no, I want to stick with what I planned. And really I
Joe has to go, and he says, "Talk to you later, everyone. Hugs and love."
Bye, Joe.
Bye. Hope you have a good day. Miriam says, "I try to plan, then I fake it till I make it." Luann says, yeah, Luann. Okay, I had to look. It all depends on what it is, whether I plan or wing it. Gail says, "I prefer to plan, but some days I wing it." Miriam says, "What's the TTYL?" That means talk to you later. It's just the first letter of each word. My brain and all these abbreviations don't mesh. It takes me a minute to catch up. Yeah.
Sometimes I have to look some of them up.
Your son calls you bruh. That's funny. You missed the question. Okay, re-ask the question.
Do you prefer to plan things or wing it?
I believe she does, Mama G. Doesn't Lauren have a channel?
I'm thinking no, but I think sometimes, like, some people do have a channel,
Oh,
and
she don't.
I don't realize it, and all of a sudden I notice it's like, hey, they do have a channel. I'm gonna see if I
I
can.
know it's for me that way too. I thought she did, but she says I don't post content, Mama G.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah. Brenda Young says, "Finally got my mom's cardigan sewn together and pockets made. Just have to do the trim and add buttons." Well, I'm glad you're getting it done. And Vicky wings it. She don't plan. Miriam says, "He says, Mama, you know you're my homie. He's a bit crazy. Sits next to me at home all the time. He's my buddy." Aw. And Mama G is saying to LJ, to Lauren, "You should put content because I know I'd love watching you." Gail says, "If they have a logo, I assume they have a channel or already a picture in the logo spot." I'm thinking of it. I spent about an hour earlier trying to tidy up my nails and hands. Too self-conscious, really, but it'll complement my blog, which I'll begin posting from 1st of February. Let's see. She also says, "I plan some projects and wing others. I like a nice mix to keep my interests." Brenda Y says, "I like to plan things, but once in a while I will wing it." And Mary is back. Welcome back. And Mama G says, "I felt that way also. So my first video, I had no plan or makeup. Then it just gets better." Start planning it, winging it, is what Miriam says. Well. Seems a lot of people plans but ends up winging it too. So yeah, you plan all you want. Sometimes life gets in the way, and then you just have to maneuver around it. So.
And I know, like, sometimes, like, whenever I invite people on my lives, like, some people will ask me, like, what are we going to talk about? How, like, kind of like, how do I do mine? And it's like, I never really know completely what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
I do usually plan questions like the Q&A, but usually I don't make those questions out until like the day before the day of the live. Yeah. But like lately, I haven't been getting to the questions that much lately.
Well, we asked 3.
And it's like, and it really just kind of depends because sometimes like you're talking to your guest store and you get on some topic, and then like the chat too, you get on a topic from comments in the chat. So you really don't know completely where the live's going to take you when you go live.
Miriam says, I have 5 projects lined up. Keeping my variety, change them up once in a while, trying to finish a big one, then move on to a little one. The imagination kicks in and you want to make some changes. And then Mama G says, I guess we pling it. Plan and wing kind of combined. Well, let's see. Lauren says, plinging it sounds good to me. Miriam also says, oh, chats just take off in whatever direction, I think. I remember in OM Granny Squares Live, we ended up talking for half an hour about chicken gizzards. Oh, my goodness.
And that's the thing, is sometimes you just stay talking about a topic,
Yeah.
Like, I do the question kind of as a backup plan. Like, especially like if I don't know what to talk about, I'll fall back on the questions. But yeah, you can get
Brenda
into some
says she has to go. Bye.
Bye, Brenda. But yeah, you can get into some crazy topics and interesting conversations on the live.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I can't believe I've gone an hour and a half. I was only going to do an hour today, so went completely way over what I was planning on doing, but that's fine. Let's see. Remember Plinko? You made me think about it. Old game and Price is Right. Yep, I remember Plinko.
They still do that game.
Yeah, I think so. Lauren says it was about chopping off chicken heads yesterday and getting fish and skinning game. I was in my element. Oh my goodness. What a topic to talk about. It's okay, Lauren. I understand. Jason, I go live every Tuesday and every Friday evening. Well, Tuesday at noon and then Friday at 6:30 p.m. So tune in if you have a chance. And it was good seeing you. Thank you for coming in, Jason. I hope y'all are all doing okay. Miriam says you really can. Think about have to work hard to keep us crazy people on a path. Mama G says, don't worry, LJ. We read typo. Haven't watched since Bob Barker.
I miss Bob Barker.
I did too. I mean, Drew Carey is pretty good, but I was so used to growing up with Bob Barker. I'll be here. Well, awesome. Alrighty, so we're at an hour and a half. I want to say thank you everyone for coming in and chatting with us. And Lauren says I'm fluent in typo. Well, see, I'm on a laptop. So if the typo happens, that's actually all on me. I can't blame typo. I can't blame the computer or the phone. That would be my mistake. Ursula thought chicken gizzards were intestines. Okay, so thank you everyone for coming in. Do you have any announcements you need to make, Connie?
Let's see. I do have a temperature blanket challenge going on for 2022 for those that make a temperature blanket. If you finish it and send a picture to me, I'm gonna give it till February 28th for people to finish it in 2023. And those that send me a picture of their finished blankets, they'll be entered in a giveaway. So I have that going on. And also tomorrow's Wednesday, right? Tomorrow,
yes.
Yeah. I've lost track of my days. I almost forgot that I did forget that I was going live with Crystal today. And she messages me with the questions, and I'm like, I totally forgot. It's like, I know I go live with her the first Tuesday of the month, but like it didn't click that this was the first Tuesday of the month. Anyway, but yeah, I go live tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and Caitlin with Taste Crochet Haven is going to be my guest star. So I hope y'all can make it to that live. And thank you for having me today, Crystal.
You're very welcome. I was happy to have you, as always, every month.
We're YouTube
She's my YouTube BFF.
We're YouTube besties. Okay, sorry for the singing. I know I can't sing.
It's okay. I can't either. All right. Well, I will be filming a miscellaneous Monday video today. I didn't get around it yesterday. I will be showing our sad garden that's all dead. How bad it got hit by the freeze. So, yeah. But anyway, thank everyone for coming in and chatting with us. It means a lot to us that y'all come in and chat with us and be here with us. So have a great day, everyone. Please stay safe out there and take care of yourself. Bye, everyone.
Bye.